Good morning, USA. This is Mr. Nick B., your host for Good Morning USA, GMUGUY Live, and also What's Around the Way, my Welcome to the North series. Stay tuned for a brand new series I'm developing, which will be entitled My Story. It'll be my own personal story. Anyway, so at any rate, we'll get right to the news here. So reporter Jeff Sessions covering up scandal that will, this is from Silly and Zeal, June 7th, 2018, at 5:29 a.m. Conservative Tribune by Western Journal. Is Attorney General Jeff Sessions helping Democrats cover up scandal that could demolish the Russia narrative? One reporter thinks so. Now that Imran Awan, the former tech guy for former DNC head rep Debbie Wasserman Schultz, is being given a reprieve. Awan Reagan readers might remember was arrested. Reagan readers might remember was arrested. Awan was arrested at a Washington Dulles Airport. Trying to fly back to his native Pakistan one day after smashed hard drives. Smashed hard drives were recovered from his phone by federal officials. He was charged along with his wife with bank fraud and conspiracy in the matter. However, the case has been subject to repeated delays and seems to have mysteriously disappeared from the radar of particularly anyone but investigative reporter Luke Rosiak. What's the day they call it? As a plea deal seems to be imminent, Rosiak has noted that Awan has been hiding assets, and that his former business partner claims that data was given to the Pakistani government by the Awan family, among other claims. Rosiak claims that Awan may be behind the second data breach that hit the DNC before the election, something that could seriously damage Russia collusion narrative for the Democrats. There was a second hack that occurred the same week that the DNC was breached, the same week that WikiLeaks started putting up those DNC emails. Rosiak said in an appearance on Lou Dobbs for Fox Business Network show Tuesday. National Representative's Inspector General briefed that there was the ongoing hack by Pakistanis who the Democrats have hired as IT guys. That's interesting, huh? That obviously would be the Awan family. Now Rosiak says Awan is being protected by political reasons. Obviously they would have been arrested off the bat, but obviously Rosiak said, but think back, that Russia narrative, they just decided to start pitching that very week. You know how tenuous it is, how back by nothing it is. You throw into the mix arrests of Pakistanis hired by Democrats and unvetted for a similar hack at the identical time. The narrative about Russia would have been impossible to secure, and that's all they care about is a narrative. Dobbs is frustrated that we didn't see the Trump administration DOJ taking more action on this. Instead, as Fox News had reported, Awan may be offered a plea deal from the looks of things. The parties are currently exploring possible resolution of the matter. Prosecutors wrote on June 3rd, filing before a district judge in Washington. Therefore, the parties are requesting additional time in which to explore that resolution. Check out the Dobbs-Rosiak interview here. Rosiak's covering up. Charge comes about 5:10 mark. Where is the Justice Department now? Why in the world aren't we hearing about this from Jeff Sessions? Dobbs asked. What is it that the handling of this case disproves the entire Russia narrative? Rosiak responded, they don't care about hacking, they don't care about foreign meddling. What they did in this case, is knowingly allow the United States government to be hacked by Pakistanis for 6 months until right after the election so that they could peddle a phony narrative. Rosiak was even willing to go far enough to say that what the Democrats did here is treason. They allowed the United States to continuously be hacked by the bad guys so that they could spin the Russian narrative. That's a bit of a jump, but now as much of a leap as one might hope. Democrats have been willing to shield Iran nearly continuously, with Wasserman Schultz, the Florida Democrat, going as far as to label speculation over Iran before his arrest Islamophobia. Yeah, right. In spite of the fact that the Iran family were suspects in the hacking, Rosiak reports they had access to the House of Representatives computer network until February 2nd, 2017, nearly 2 weeks after Donald Trump was inaugurated. He also reported that physical evidence in the case kept disappearing, except, of course, for the laptop with the username RepDWS, which was left in a phone booth in the House Rayburn by Iran. We also know that Iran had all the passwords to W. Wasserman Schultz's devices, as proved by the emails posted by WikiLeaks. This is what a member of academia might call problematic. Yet these are the guys that the Justice Department seems more or less willing to pursue a plea deal with. I'd like to believe that the DOJ knows a bit more than I do about Iran's level of culpability in this matter, but Rosiak's reporting seems to indicate this is the case they might want to pursue with all due urgency instead of just going for a plea deal. And Rosiak isn't mincing his words about what's really going on. The DOJ under Jeff Sessions is covering up a scandal that exposes the entire Russian narrative as a hoax. He told Dobbs it is within Jeff Sessions' power to demolish the Russian narrative once and for all, charge the Pakistanis with hacking Congress, and expose the Democrats' hypocrisy and negligence. This case is open and shut, and Jeff Sessions is refusing to bring the charges. It's a disturbing accusation unless Iran can somehow provide the United States some evidence about the hack that leads to bigger things, preferably back in Pakistan, or with the initials GWS. This is very big fish to simply let swim back into the lake with a mere plea deal. Facebook is greatly reduced. Okay, yeah. Support the Western Journal and Conservative Tribune as, of course, Facebook, the communist social media. We all know about them. Anyway, this is Mr. Nick B for Good Morning USA. I am at a donut shop, so I am talking in a little softer voice. I hope you can hear me. Here we go. How about a prediction? We'll do one more article here. This is from Politico. Oh boy. And guess who is making a bold prediction? Looks like it's from Politico. I don't see the writers. Written by Alex Eisenstadt. 6/7/2018, 10:48 p.m. And anyways, this will be interesting for you. Excuse me. So anyway, somebody is predicting Trump will be reelected in 2020. Trump will be reelected in 2020. Deer Valley, Utah Republican Senate candidate Mitt Romney bluntly predicted here on Thursday evening that President Donald Trump would win re-election in 2020. Addressing a group of major GOP donors, Romney, who bitterly collided with Trump during the 2016 campaign and implored his party to nominate someone else, also said Trump would easily capture the Republican Party's 2020 nomination. He said Trump's political fortunes would be bolstered by a pair of factors: an improving economy, and the likelihood that Democrats would choose an outside the mainstream candidate, which, yes, they do. Take a look at Michigan's Democratic candidates. They're all extremist. Michigan's Democratic candidates who are running for Michigan governor of Michigan, are, I can't think of her name. It's a woman. I wish I could think of her name. Whitman. Somebody Whitman. And then there's an Al-Said, Muslim, and then an Indian from India. His name is Sri. And the Democrats are claiming Sri is just like me, but he's not. He's quite an extremist, along with the other two Democrats. Democrats are no longer Democrats; they are communists. Liberals, to me, are classic liberals, which means that they actually can support their own view while arguing to the point against someone else's, but yet still remain fair and balanced. Even some of the Republicans just aren't really truly Republicans. I don't think President Trump is a Republican, but I think he's an independent conservative, and which makes him unique, because he has his own mind, and he uses his own mind quite well, quite effectively, and quite often. So anyway, addressing a group of major GOP donors, Romney, who bitterly collided with President Trump during the 2016 campaign and implored his party to nominate someone else, also said Trump would easily capture the Republican Party's 2020 nomination. He said Trump's political fortunes would be bolstered by a pair of factors: an improving economy and a likelihood that Democrats would choose an outside the mainstream candidate. I think President Trump will be renominated by my party easily, and I think he'll be reelected solidly. Romney said, I think that not just because of the strong economy and because people are increasingly seeing rising wages, but I think it's also true because I think our Democrat friends are likely to nominate someone who is really out of the mainstream of American thought and will make it easier for a president who is presiding over a growing economy, he added. Since launching his Utah Senate candidacy earlier this year, Romney has praised some of Trump's early actions as president while saying he disagrees with the president's bombastic style. During a recent interview with NBC News, Romney, the former Massachusetts governor and the GOP 2012 nominee, said he wouldn't point to the president as a role model for McGarrigan on the basis of his personal style. He has departed in some cases from the truth and has attacked in a way that I think is not entirely appropriate. After the 2016 race, the relationship between Trump and Romney warmed somewhat, with President-elect briefly considering Romney to serve as the Secretary of State before ultimately picking ExxonMobil CEO Rex Tillerson. Still, there were signs of strain. Earlier this year, Trump waged an unsuccessful bid to persuade longtime Utah Senator Orrin Hatch to seek re-election and block Romney. After Hatch announced that he wouldn't seek re-election, the president endorsed Romney for the seat. The remarks came on the opening night of the E2 Summit, as an annual Romney-hosted event that draws influential political leaders and donors. This year's event is expected to draw a number of bold-faced names, including former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, investor Stephen Schwarzman, and House Speaker Paul Ryan, who was Romney's vice presidential nominee. Actor and comedian Seth Rogen is expected to speak on brain health. Romney also offered a bullish assessment on the GOP's 2018 midterm prospects, arguing that the party would retain control of both chambers of Congress. I think the growth and higher income people are seeing means that Republicans will do just fine in November, he said. I think we will hold the House. I think we will hold the Senate. I know a lot of pundits don't believe that. I think we will. Romney is heavily favored to capture the Utah Senate seat he faces in June 26 runoff for the GOP nomination against Mike Kennedy, a conservative state representative. So anyway, be sure and give. Well, this is from the Western Journal, Conservative Tribune, and Politico, I guess. So be sure and give them some love. So at any rate, we gotta be certain we don't do the fake news here. One thing I will work at on my channel. Anyway, my friends, yeah, I miss seeing y'all. I gotta get a better internet connection. I'm gonna look at getting a main internet connection here soon. Yeah, so anyway, look forward to this video being uploaded here shortly. And I'm probably not gonna do a live episode today, live stream today on YouTube. I may later. Actually, I may do a Q&A later. Please jump in if you can later today. We'll try to do a live Q&A session later this evening. Probably this evening sometime. Anyway, guys, God bless you all. Have a great day. This is Mr. Nick B for Good Morning USA. I'm a little late this morning. Sorry.